What's happening, Who Dat Nation? We got a dub today. Spam that, eat that W in the chat. Let's get it rolling. We won. Saints are back. The offense looks great. We're about to dive into it. Just spam, eat that W. Take a bite if you will. Let's get it rolling. Let's start this video off the right way. Turn on your notifications, drop a like, subscribe, all the fun things. But let's get into the breakdown of the Saints' 27-10 victory over the Los Angeles Chargers. So we have to kind of start things off with mentioning the Trevor Penning injury. So in the first quarter, he was carted off after the first drive. It was on the Mark Ingram about 1 yard touchdown rush. Juwan Johnson was cutting across the back end of the offensive line, ran into the back of Trevor Penning's leg. As of right now, as I'm filming this, there's no updates in terms of what actually is going on, the severity of the injury. Obviously, it's preseason, and so it's one of those things that you want to make sure you hit and you take very, very, big care of. You're very cautious and all that. So I don't necessarily know how severe the injury is. We're really, really hoping it's not that bad because, James Hurst also had some issues that he had in practice, and we don't want a lack of offensive line. Let's just leave it at that. But also in other injury news, Traquan Smith did end up going to the locker room. He got hurt on got a little shook up. I believe it was on the play that he tipped up and it was a catch by Marquez Callaway. That should have been a touchdown, but we're not going to talk about that because, wow, that was an insane play. But Malcolm Roach also was in the injury tent for a short amount of time. He did come back onto the field shortly after, so there isn't much there. So not really any reason to be concerned. What's his name? Kirk Merritt, excuse me. So sorry. Kirk Merritt, he did come off the field for a little bit. He did go to the blue injury tent, hoping everything's okay there. I'm not seeing a ton of updates in terms of the specifics of the injuries. We will keep you updated. Follow me on Twitter at Trace Girouard 48. Turn on your notifications, subscribe, and we will keep you updated throughout the video or throughout the season and of course, in case anything happens. I want to start off with one quick question. What is your one-word reaction to the Trevor Penning injury? My one word is, oh no. I'm going to kind of cheat and say, oh no, because I just really hope he's okay. That's our first round pick. Our offensive line is definitely good. He's shown a lot of progression and a lot of improvement, and he's shown a lot of growth in, his 3 preseason games. He's done a lot better at practice. He's, really honing in on his skills. I really hope that this isn't a severe issue and a severe injury, but my one word reaction is going to be, oh no. So I'm going to cheat a little bit. Sorry, guys. Kind of to touch on the big story, though, J-Bo's back. The haters can shut up. The haters can be quiet. They can go away. Jameis Winston is back. He went a perfect 4 for 4 and 59 yards. Perfect. Andy Dalton, also perfect. He 5 for 5, 73 yards. Our quarterbacks are perfect. So they get an A+ grade. Jameis Winston had a beautiful 15-yard pass to Jarvis Landry. The deep ball is still there. He's finding the open field. He's finding the middle ground. He's showing that he can still get the deep ball. He had a nice pass to Olave. He stays in the pocket. I mean, he had a really nice pass to Jarvis Landry. He connected with him a couple times, and he took a hit, didn't look scared. And, I was a little nervous as a Saints fan. I was like, oh, come on. We can't have Jameis get hurt on his first drive back. But, dang it, he got up. He was ready to go. He was on the sideline having fun, and Jameis Winston is back. I was loving everything I saw out of Jameis Winston. The haters, the critics, everyone can shut up. He's good. He's playing. He is still Jameis Winston that threw for 14 touchdowns, 3 interceptions last year, went 5-2. Jameis Winston's going to be just fine. Our offense, I am not concerned about whatsoever. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. Mark Ingram, he is not washed up. I get it. It's preseason. It might be an overreaction. I understand. But Mark Ingram is not washed up. 9 carries, 34 yards for 2 touchdowns. That is incredible incredible production, coming out of your running back too. Alvin Kamara got in. He had, I'm looking at the stats. He had 2 carries for 19 yards. Pretty effective. He definitely still looked really shifty. He looked like he's got his cuts. He looks like Alvin Kamara. Exactly what you want to see. He caught a pass for 5 yards. He's good. So, that's good. Hopefully the suspension stuff doesn't happen. And, obviously recent reports from Ian Rappaport were saying he's not. Now we're getting some stuff out of Busby. I don't know. But, Mark Ingram, overreaction, not washed up. He looked great. He looked like he was having a lot of fun. He was moving. He still had a lot of burst in his step, and I was just really, really impressed and really pleased to see what I saw out of Mark Ingram and the entire backfield, to be honest. I'm going to get more into the backfield, into the running back 3, running back 4 battle, but before I do, I want to give you guys a quick reminder to subscribe so you can get your Saints news and rumors, your Saints coverage, your highlights, your updates, your stat projections, everything you need to know, your injury reports. We got you covered. Every single week. I mean, today is my day off, guys, and I am still at home watching the Saints game on my TV, getting a video out and recording so that way I can get the information out to you guys. I wanted to share my reactions. I wanted to share how excited I was after this win because, dang it, we needed it, and it feels good to go into Atlanta knowing we're going to get having a win in the preseason. I'm not worried that we're not going to win against Atlanta, but you know, it feels good to get that win under your chest, or under your belt. So, guys, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and so that way you don't miss a thing. So kind of diving more into Alvin Kamara, he had 2 carries, 19 yards, 1 reception for 5 yards, like I said. I cannot wait for Pete Carmichael to just let him loose. I can't wait for Pete Carmichael to get in his bag. I can't wait for him to just open up the playbook and let Alvin Kamara just be Alvin Kamara. You know, let him do his thing. Let him play his game of football. Let him be the running back we all know that he is, because he's a dang good one. And I'm just really honestly glad that we got to see him take a few snaps before week 1. It shows that he's still very clearly a great running back. Not that there was any doubt or anything, but it was nice to see him take a few reps, get on the sideline. He was there pumping everybody up. He was hyping guys up when they were making plays. It just felt good to see him out there, see all of the first team offense and a bunch of the first team defense get reps and stuff. It just was incredible to see. The Saints looked great, so I'm going to ask you this question. I want you to grade the Saints' performance for me. Give it an A, B, C, D, or F. My grade is, guys, A minus, and that's because I feel like I can't give it an A plus. You know, I have to be at least a little bit realistic. There had to be something. The defense gave up a touchdown there. If you have to find something, there it is. But I mean, it was an A plus if I can say it. So I was very pleased with the Saints' performance today. I'm very, very excited for week 1. Ian Book, he's showing improvement. I'm not going to lie, guys. He's showing that he's learning, he's growing, he's developing as a quarterback. I loved that 30-yard scramble that he had. He didn't slide. Maybe should have, but he found the sideline. He took a hit, and he, got up, and he was ready to roll. I'm not going to lie. I like seeing that he has that toughness and that resiliency. I like seeing that he's ready to go, and I like to see that he is willing to, take a hit and for the team and, get the ball downfield. As a quarterback, is that the greatest decision? Not necessarily, but when you're fighting for a roster spot, these are the things you need to be doing. And I think that at bare minimum, he has earned himself a practice squad spot. I don't necessarily know if he's done enough to earn a full-time roster spot, but I don't see the Saints letting him go. I know I said he's got to go in previous videos, but I mean, 11 for 15, 81 yards and 1 touchdown, 4 carries for 53 yards. Not all that bad. I mean, you got to give him a little bit of credit. And, the whole team looked a lot better. I would say he had, the better tools around him in terms of who he was throwing to or who had blocking. And, he was taking reps with Abram Smith and with Tony Jones Jr. and stuff. And so obviously those are guys that he was getting reps with in previous weeks. But I think that he's finding his groove. He's getting comfortable. He's progressing. So for that reason, I'm going to say he's earned a practice squad spot. I'm not going to necessarily say he needs to be cut. And then just before I get into my final thoughts, guys, just want to give one quick reminder. Hit the thumbs up. It's going to be right down below me. Drop a like, share the video with your friends, turn on notifications. We're here to have a good time. We're doing stuff that not every other Saints YouTube channel is doing. We take a lot of pride here at Chat Sports in the channel and the production that we put in, or in the work that we put into our videos. So guys, show some love, drop a like, turn on notifications, share the video with your friends. But final thoughts, just want to kind of run through it before I get out of here and, say deuces for the evening. That fumble recovery by Dan Sorensen, shout out. Maybe he makes the roster. I find him as a roster bubble candidate. He's, finding some ways to get involved in the defense, which, by the way, the Saints defense, the first team defense. Whew, wow. Which leads me to my next point. Marcus May is that dude. Marcus May is that guy. There is literally nothing wrong with that Achilles. I'm telling you right now. And I'm knocking on wood right now as I'm saying that. I hope that there's no injury concerns and there's no injuries that pop up during the season, but Marcus May looked good. I mean, he was all over the defense, even in the red zone inside the 5-yard line. He had a couple great tackles. They had kind of a nonsense PI that I don't necessarily think was pass interference. You kind of got to let him get a little physical in the end zone. But needless to say, it was a penalty. Gave the Chargers another set of downs, which led to the touchdown. But Marcus May had 2 great tackles inside the 5-yard line to stop, rushing touchdowns, which, penalty happened. They got it. Oh, well, it's preseason. Let's get these kinks worked out. Marcus May looks incredible. I'm so excited to see how he lines up with Tyrann Mathieu and the Honey Badger, which, ooh, didn't he look good in that black and gold? Didn't he just rep that Florida lead like a freaking champ? I mean, it felt so good to get him back home. It feels good that he is at his dome coming, if you will let me call it that. I'm just so happy that Tyrann Mathieu, we finally got to see him in some action in a lot of it and not just a couple plays here and there. The defense looked great. That's just kind of my final thoughts on it. The forced field goal. They forced a field goal late in the game that they ended up missing. It was a 51-yarder. Good stuff on the defense there. You can't complain. Kirk Merritt, like I said earlier, he went to the injury tent. Albert Huggins was carted off the field. Depending on the severity of the injury, he is, facing potentially getting cut or potentially finding himself, on the practice squad or something because, that at the end of the day, it's a business decision, and you gotta trim roster guys if they're hurt, and it sucks, and that's just part of it. And obviously, you hope the best for him, but the reality is, if you're hurt going into the season, it's kind of tough to vouch for a roster spot if you're not, one of the prime starters that you have. But Lucas Krull, I really liked what I saw out of him. He had a couple good catches. He had a couple, drops. He had that one catch that was on the sideline that he fumbled when he got tackled. Fortunately, it went out of bounds because otherwise it would have been a fumble. But Lucas Krull, man, we're fighting for you here at Saints now. We're really pushing for you, man. We want you to make this roster more than I would say any other Saints YouTube channel out here. I was pretty pleased with Lucas Krull. I would be lying if I said that I think that he is guaranteed himself a roster spot. Maybe a practice squad. Maybe he can, take the roster spot of a linebacker or a lineman or somebody who, isn't going to make it. I really hope they find a way to get him in there because he got very involved. They were trying to get him the ball. They were trying to get him involved in, the offense and stuff. And so I just really think that Lucas Krull is somebody that Dennis Allen and the Saints staff sees a lot of value in. I don't see them just cutting him and getting rid of him. At the worst, I think he's going to be a practice squad guy. So before I get out of here, I'm going to ask you guys, who do you think needs to be cut before week 1? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a comment. Share your thoughts. I'm curious. I'll be in the comments interacting with you guys. If I leave a little TG, that's me as producer Trace coming in and sharing my thoughts and interacting with you guys. So just be on the lookout for that. And yeah, a lot of fun. Take the win. Enjoy it. It's preseason. Obviously, you can't take too much away from it as a win. But hey, 24-10 is pretty damn good. Who dat, baby? Spam who dat in the comments. Get them down there. Let's ride. Let's have a great season. And I can't wait. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications. All right, guys. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, you can check out both of these right here. It's one of our most recent videos as well as this one. You can hit this button in the middle. It's our subscribe button. If you guys enjoyed our Saints content, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Share the channel with your friends. Who dat?